Coming up after More, we're going to be speaking to Martine Warman and on the ever-changing face of female fitness and why strong is the new sexy. Well, if there's any lady that's going to have all the answers to these questions, it's definitely Martine, and we'll be talking to her after this. More. You tune into BBC Radio Leicester.
Eddie Damon.
BBC Radio Leicester.
Well, next this afternoon, we're talking fitness. Now, I want you to picture a scene in your head. Imagine you stood in the middle of a gym. So there's the sound of music, there's televisions blaring away, and the noise of all the equipment that's being used. There's the beating of the trainers on a treadmill, there's the whoosh of a rowing machine, and the clunk of weights clanging around as well. But in your head, who's using what? Do you picture women on the running machines and partaking in the Pilates class, or the men are hunting and grunting in the weight section? Well, all of this is changing due to a generation of social media stars and personal trainers who are striving to change the face of female fitness. Well, Martine Warman is one of these stars and joins us now. Martine, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm all right, thank you. It's nice to see you as ever. Martine, I was reading in the papers over the course of the week about this changing face of female fitness. So in my head, you do have these misconceptions, don't you? These kind of stereotypical views of a bloke in a leotard hunting and grunting with weights and that's it, and while the women are perhaps having a couple of laps in the pool or something like that.
Yeah.
But all this is changing.
Yeah, absolutely. I think no more the days when you go into the gym and you see all the treadmills full because the women are on it, running for 10 minutes, watching their iPad or whatever they're doing. They've started to get more confidence in themselves, go to the weights areas. Personal trainers are helping them out, showing them what to do, explaining how you're not going to get bulky unless you purposely want to, which is not easy to do. And people are starting to realise that the lady on the magazine that they aspire to look like actually use weights to get like that. So they're starting to feel confident in doing the same.
Is it a case as well that, with what you do, Martine, being accessible with social media, you've got a huge following of people that follow you to get your tips and your kind of advice.
Yeah.
I mean, are we at an age now where we can just go onto our smartphones, right, what's Martine doing? Right, let's have a look at what she's doing. I can copy her and use you almost as a role model, if that makes sense.
Exactly. It's so easy now because, so much stuff is for free, especially if you want to add value and get it all out there. You can just go onto YouTube, go onto Instagram, on Facebook, and then click on whoever you like, whoever you're following, and they'll probably be posting, like I post, what workouts I've done, what workouts I want my other mums to do, tips, weight loss tips, all sorts of stuff. It's so easy to find out this information that it makes it accessible for everyone to do.
And this is a case, isn't it, that lots of people, like Lean in 15, there's Joe Wicks, is it Joe Wicks? Yeah, and he kind of has got this huge following of what he cooks for his dinner and the exercises that he does.
Yeah.
And it is becoming a social media star, isn't it, just through these Instagram things that you don't have to go to a gym, you don't have to go and do that.
Exactly, yeah. You can do everything from home. There's people out there that will show you what to do. And someone like Lean in 15, he's great because of the concept that people always say they haven't got time. You can do it in 15 minutes. You can cook a meal in 15 minutes. That's healthy. Jamie Oliver has a really good book, which is 5-ingredient book, something like that.
Yeah.
And all you need is 5 ingredients, not like a whole list of stuff to make a nice, tasty, healthy meal. There's all that stuff available. I post 5-minute workouts for mums to do. If they've not got time, you can do it with you or without your baby. It's just saving people time. You don't have to travel to the gym. You can do it at home, and this is how we do it. Let me show you.
How have you seen it change? Because you're very modest, Martine, with what you do. Team Great Britain, you've represented all manners of competitions. But how have you seen female fitness change while you've been involved in it as your speciality?
I think that one of the reasons I started powerlifting is because I'm quite short in height and small frame, people didn't think I'd be able to do that. Or when I started it, they thought I'd turn into a big bulky, Hulk or something. And I wanted to show them that I'm going to train like this. I'll build lean muscle, so I look leaner and toned, but I'm not going to get big and bulky. And I think from watching other people's response and think, oh, well, she's done this and this is how she looks and I want to look similar to that or want that kind of definition, then it gave them the confidence to pick up weights. And there's like a trend of this going on right now of other women inspiring women to do the same. Not about just how you look on the outside, aesthetics, but also how you are on the inside, being strong, empowered, beautiful, confident women, basically.
Do you get fed up, though, of us answering questions, I should say, because you said it then as well about by powerlifting, by weightlifting, all of a sudden Martine's going to be like busting out like the Hulk and, these great big massive muscles. I mean, is that a misconception that goes with the sport?
It's definitely a misconception, and I think I don't get tired of answering the question, because if I get tired of it, there's going to be someone that doesn't know the answer. And if people stop asking, then they'll go back to what they have been thinking for years and years and years. It's only now that people are starting to break away from that mould and see the benefits of lifting weights.
I love the tagline that you've got is strong the new sexy,
Yeah.
which I think is brilliant, a brilliant way of putting it. So is it a case of like, you know, you've not got to be ripped with these great big muscles kind of busting out your shirt. Is it a case of what your body can do?
Yeah, I mean, everyone's got different abilities and everyone's got a different amount of time to dedicate to training. And put it this way, if you're worried about becoming too bulky, like a bodybuilder, for example, you'd have to train like a bodybuilder and eat like a bodybuilder, which is pretty much a full-time job. You don't get a six-pack by accident. You don't get big biceps by accident. You've got to train really, really hard to get that, if that's what you want to achieve. If you just want weight loss and to look nice and look toned and defined, that's easily achievable, and it's a look a lot of people want now more than the model catwalk, super skinny, not so healthy looking.
How important is it, you know, hearing you talk about that, you know, I know this is something you're really passionate about, but
Yeah.
how important is it to change this face, change this misconception that at a gym we think that, you know, the women are just going to be doing the Pilates or the yoga and that's kind of it,
Yeah.
and they'll have a coffee with their mates afterwards and they don't really do any weightlifting or anything like that. How important is it to hammer this message across that females can do anything at the gym?
I think it's very important to break the mould, and not only are you breaking the mould or a stereotype, you're actually delivering true, correct facts. That weights won't make you bulky; it will help you lean and tone up and do all those things. So it's giving correct information to start with, and then it helps by now other people on social media are becoming bigger and got huge followings and influencing their following. It helps then for the rest of like local press and other places to then be portraying the same message rather than showing the opposite, which is not how people necessarily want to look or want to train like.
For my ignorance here, you're going to have to stick with me on this, Martine, but how much do you think that all-female gyms, there's lots of all-female gyms now that are springing up around the city, how much of a positive influence do you think these are? Do you think sometimes that women are perhaps embarrassed of exercising in front of men or something like that? So by going to these all-female gyms, they can really kind of focus and get the mind right.
All female gyms are great, and it's not just for being shy or because there's lots of men around. Some people like to do it for religious reasons. They want that privacy. But yeah, they're great. They're doing a good job, and I support them.
Well, it's brilliant having you in. You know, it's always nice to see you and to hear how passionate you speak about these things.
Thank you.
Martine, you know, joking aside, you are very modest. We said here that you're one of these social media stars that is promoting to change the fitness, the face of fitness for women.
Yeah.
You've got blogs, you've got handy tips, you've got loads of stuff out there trying to help people. But how can they get their hands on it? How can they find you?
I think the best way right now, if you add me on Facebook, so Martine's Mummy Diary. I have a group which is just for mums called Mum Warriors, and it's all about strength, empowering women. If you join that group, I post lots of tips that will help you do home workouts with or without equipment, whatever your preference is. I'm there as a constant support, or you can follow me on Instagram, which is Martine's Mummy Diary too.
Martine, it's lovely to see you. Thank you ever so much for joining us on BBC
Thanks
Radio
for having
Leicester.
me.